Hey YouTube, Dan Ottawa here, the best 3rd/4th tier Pokemon Go battler in the world, coming at you with my 4th and 5th battles in the faction. Like I mentioned in yesterday's video, I went 13 and 2, and you will see in the last game it should have been 14 and 1, but I was watching TV and was way too distracted, and I burned a shield unnecessarily. So in game number 4, I had Altaria, Jellicent, Ninetales, both Ninetales, Umbreon, and Galarian Stunfisk, and they had a Primeape, Skarmory, Hypno, Swampert, Galarian Stunfisk, and Galvantula. So as you see, there's a lot of just sort of like similar team comps. It's stuff that you'd see in Great League. Um, Doing an initial scan here, I can see that they have, it's a pretty well-rounded team because they have the Swampert and Galarian Stunfisk, and Primeape that can deal with my Galarian Stunfisk, a fighter to deal with my Dark, a Hypno, which has some coverage around, of Galvantula has some coverage. So I don't even know who I would use here, just looking at their list. I got the Ninetales that I subbed in. I could go Ninetales because it has a decent matchup against almost all of them except the Swampert. So I'd have to have something that covers the Swampert, which is going to be an Altaria or a Jellicent. And Umbreon has some play as a safe swap here because except for the Primeape, it can handle pretty much the rest. So let's get into it and see how this plays out. So in the first batch, I lead the Ninetales into their Primeape. So this is not a terrible matchup because I can spam them here with the Weather Balls and they catch on their Swampert. So already you can tell that the smart counting and smart catch. The good news is I can now come and hard punish this with a Altaria, and I didn't even bother shield throwing there. I could have thrown to take it out, but the Hydro Cans are going to be resisted. I just really want to come out of this with energy. I'm not too worried about the Hydro Cans here because they're all resisted. So I'd rather just come out with as much energy as I can here. So I have almost two Sky Attacks loaded for a Galvantula. And again, a lot of people see, like Altaria, it's a flying. A Galvantula will be great, but I'm also half dragon, so it ends up being just neutral. Able to get off the 2 Sky Attacks here. They shield both. And I could let this go, or I could shield and, yeah, because I'm close enough that I can get to this Sky Attack, and I bank the move, and I come in with the Ninetales, because that does super effective against the Galvantula, and it allows me to get to a Weather Ball here. And Primeape is pretty glass. It hits extremely hard. It's one of those attacked weighted Pokemon, but it is extremely glassy. They get off a Night Slash here, still not enough to take out. And I have a shield for the Galvantula with a couple Pokemon. The problem is here, not a problem, I can come and just and Sky Attack here. The Jellicent would have been pretty useless because the Electric would have been doing effective, and it's kind of a Jellicent's kind of a slower charge. Not slow charging, but it's not the quickest charger. In the second battle here, I lead my other Ninetales into Primeape. And on this one, I'm running Powder Snow, which makes this a little trickier because the charms would have chunked. But this was okay because Powder Snow allows me to pump out these Weather Balls much faster. And they throw the Night Slash there, which is resisted. So I'm wondering if maybe they're running Night Slash and some sort of nuke move. But even at that, they are outpacing me hard here. But they do the Night Slash again for the 3rd time in 2 games. So I'm thinking they have Night Slash and some sort of nuke. And now they wasted both shields on this. So I'm just going to come in and hard farm here. And they come with Galvantula. And I made an instant swap without truly thinking here, because this is a much, much worse. I have no idea what I was thinking at the time. Why would you come in with a water against anyways, able to take it out. I had to burn a shield and I just lost half of my health unnecessarily. They come back in with the Primeape. They're going to get a new move off. I know it's Night Slash, which would be doing super effective. But at this point, I'm thinking maybe my win condition is Altaria, hoping that they don't have a Galarian Stunfisk, so I'm just going to come in here and get some extra farm here. And it is Swampert. So this match is over because I'll get the Sky Attack off here and Dragon Breaths and get to another Sky Attack to take it out before they can get 2 moves off here. So this is built up enough to be a Sludge Wave. So I just shield it, but it's just a Hydro-Can, and then this will take it out. So it's one of those things where I'm assuming the Primeape has a nuke because my opponent was smart enough to catch my Weather Ball Ninetales on their Swampert, but they throw Night Slashes at a resisted Fairy. So this game, I was like, Crustle? Where's the Crustle on your list? So this is clearly a mistake by the opponent. I'm guessing they just messed up their team. Like maybe they thought they had a Galarian Stunfisk. They had a Crustle instead of maybe a Galarian Stunfisk. But this is actually much worse for my team because of the Rock does bad effective against the Altaria and the Galvantula. So I was already at a disadvantage here. And this time I get the good switch in there. They come in with, it looks like the Primeape again. Luckily I am loaded a bit here to take this out. But they shield, which is expected. I did get a move. My Fire Spin did go through, so do I shield or do I let us go? Let's go because it's just a Night Slash and I can survive it. And I overtap like an idiot because their attack rose. So, and now they're going to have a Night Slash for this. And they're already boosted, so that's going to do a lot. I'm hoping I can Hex down, but now they're going to get another Night Slash after the shield here. I'm hoping I can just Hex down and Shadow Ball whatever comes in and just get it out and able to Shadow Ball this Galvantula, but I just lost CMP tie because okay, so that's just brutal. And luckily I am able to get to the Sky Attack just before the Altaria gets to it. So I did go 3-0, but this is why I say I'm a 3rd/4th tier player, because there were 2 big mistakes there. There was the not recognizing how much energy my opponent has, and I know Galvantula wins CMP tie on mulligans. I don't know most of the CMP ties. I know Galvantula wins most of them. So I should have known that, and I should have known my opponent's count there. And what was the other one that I screwed up at the beginning? I forget the second one. Was it coming in with the Jellicent? Oh, it was the overtapping. It was the overtapping on the Ninetales when I had the Weather Ball and I overtapped and they took me out with a boosted counter. So really not smart play there. Those are the type of things where if you're against like an elite opponent, those type of mistakes cost you matches. And stay tuned for the next 2 days. You'll see a couple mistakes I made and how they cost me matches because I was against great opponents in the regionals. So this one, they have Mandibuzz, Machamp, Deox, Jellicent, Ferrothorn, and Azu. And I have my normal line looking like I switched back in Galvantula. Galvantula obviously has a ton of play against this team because they have Jellicent, Azu, and Mandibuzz. And it does okay against Machamp as well, and the Deox, the lunges. So I think I'm using Galvantula for all 3, which means I need to deal with the Ferrothorn. And Ferrothorn is a really good Pokemon that I really want to use in maybe the Great League Remix when it comes around next time, because Ferrothorn has the Mirror Shot, which can deal with your Ninetales on my team. It has the Thunder, which can deal with the Jellicent, and it has the Power Whip, which doesn't deal with anything directly on my team, but it's such a hard-hitting move. So it's a good Pokemon to use. I went 2-1 here. Again, it should have been 3-0. I'll show you on the last battle where I was watching TV and was not paying attention. So Altaria into Azu. Terrible lead. Got to get out of there. I'm going to go into Galvantula. I'm using Galvantula as a safe swap because it has so many good matches. And here's one of them. They swap into a Jellicent. Because my Galvantula had so many good matches here, I used it as a safe swap. And get the discharge off. I could have gone for the lunge there, knowing that they probably would shield, but for me, in that situation, I'd rather just go for the KO and force the shield. Because if you do bait and they don't shield, then you look like an idiot and then you're behind. So I'd rather just go for the knockout. And here comes the Ferrothorn. So I'm doing resisted here. So I'm just going to lunge this as much as I can to lower their attack. And it does an okay amount actually there too. So I'll probably just let this go. And it's a mirror shot. And this is when I realized, okay, if they're running mirror shots, they're very unlikely to run Thunder as well. Well, they could run Thunder and just go like a non-Power Whip, but it's very rare. Like if you're running Mirror Shot, you're most likely running Power Whip as well. So instead of being taken out here, I come in with the Altaria because I don't think they have a move that will do anything to me, and it's just a Mirror Shot. They're trying to lower the attack. I know I'm going to see the Azu and I'm going to get beamed here, but I wanted to try and save the Galvantula a bit to maybe get one Volt Switch through. Use it as a potential stack later. Plus I have a Jellicent to deal with this Azu anyway. So I'm just going for chip damage here. Hoping to get to another one. Hoping. And they realize they have to throw before, or else I would get to a Sky Attack. So this is not bad because Azu is a pretty slow builder of energy. I am running Ice Beam on this right now. So there's no bait here. It's just going straight Shadow Ball. But luckily I will be able to outpace this. And they let it go. And they should not have let it go. I guess they were thinking that a win condition was a bait, but I could get to 2 there, so they really needed to shield that up no matter what. The Machamp on the lead is a great lead, and they come with their Azu, and I'm just going to hard punish this with the Galvantula. And again, I'm going straight for the nuke. I could have forced a shield earlier, because now what I did, I went for that extra Volt Switch when I didn't need to, because I got to it first, and if I throw it first, I can get a shield. But now, luckily they shielded and I'm able to go back to back here. So that was not a great shield on their part. But had I not thrown first, I would have got a shield, and then we would have been even shields. If I didn't throw first and they threw the Ice Beam and then let that go, I'm just automatically in a deficit of shields even if they're down a Pokemon. So if you had the energy and you have the advantage, just throw the move. In the end, we both burn shields. I do take it out, and they come in with a Machamp because they don't think the Machamp has any play against the Altaria, which it does not have much. It may have the Rock Slide, which would hurt, especially from a Shadow, but they let this go. So how do you lose? Oh, I don't lose this because this is just a second match. So yeah, Ferrothorn, full health Altaria left, full health Jellicent. If they have Mirror Shot and whatever their second move is, it doesn't really matter. You're not going to beat an Altaria. And they're just throwing Mirror Shots. I guess they don't want to show their second move yet. Or the second move is a Power Whip and it just won't do anything against Altaria. So this is an easy match. And the third match coming up is when I was watching TV and I shielded unnecessarily to lose the match. So let's watch that. And then it's one of the reasons why I only play in the mornings when everyone is asleep, because or else I get too distracted. So perfectly, they're not even switching, which is great. They try and catch on a Deox here, which is even better for me because I did not throw and I have a lunge here. So this lunge will do super effective damage and lower the attack. I'm going to come in with the Jellicent because my Jellicent has a great matchup here as well, because the Hexes are doing super effective. I'm going to let the first one go even if it's a Thunderbolt and it's just a Rock Slide. So they don't even have anything that's really going to hurt me. And I'm just going to Hex down and be loaded with Shadow Balls coming out of this. But they do have a Thunderbolt too, so Rock Slide Thunderbolt. So that caught me off guard a little bit. Trying to bait with a Rock Slide first time, and then they think I don't have it, but I let that go. And out comes their own Jellicent. So I throw here. This is going to grab a shield. And they get to a move, but I got that Hex through there, so I want to shield and throw. But I overtap again. and throw the Shadow Ball. This will be doing super effective. We're taking it out, and they're now going to go for the Hex down, which is great on their part, and they just get it as I'm getting it. So now they're loaded, which is not ideal. I get there, and they make a great catch on their Ferrothorn. So they're playing very, very well this game. But I have an Altaria in the back. So all I need to do is Dragon Breath and Sky Attack this down. I don't need to shield anything because it's just a mirror shot because nothing they throw is going to hurt me. And I'm just spamming, watching TV, and I shield. So, and there's the resisted power if they just threw. And now I burned my last shield, which I really needed for the Jellicent because the Jellicent is loaded. And the Jellicent is able to take me out. Again, I overtapped there. I could have just thrown the Ice Beam. They're running Ice Beam. Ice Beam takes me out, and I have no energy on this, and they're going to get a move off Shadow Ball or Ice Beam to take me out here. So that was my 13-2, should have been 14-1, but I was spamming the middle and watching TV, and I lost that game. So if I, in the regionals, I was not distracted. I was very focused. And I'll for the tournaments that matter more, I'll stay focused. This tournament didn't matter as much for two reasons. One, it was a preseason tournament. I think there's like 2 or 3 preseason tournaments before you can finalize, and you can rotate teams. So I was actually on a Asia Pacific team because someone just said, hey, do you want to join our team? And I didn't have one at the time. But I am switching to a North American one. It's easier for timing of battles, and someone who is trying to like recruit better, like good players. So I want to try and join a good team because the team I was on was okay. We finished like, I don't even know how many people were there, how many teams there were, like 20 or something. We finished, maybe there was like 30 teams, and we finished in like the bottom third. So it's fine. Again, I don't care too much because I don't expect to be on a winning. I don't expect to be on a team that runs the table or anything. But it was good for experience. But playing in the Asia Pacific region was tough because all my opponents were like from India and areas around there, and it would be like, okay, you're 12 hours ahead of me, 14 hours ahead of me, or whatever. So we're trying to schedule battles while I'm asleep, while they're awake at work. So it was very tough to find times. Anyways, I'm rambling at this point. Thanks for watching the video. Those are the factions. Tomorrow and Thursday, I'm going to show you the Silph regionals for Ontario. I went 3-3. Could have done better. I think I could have gone 5-1, but one game, I think it was the second game or the third match, I made just like a brutally bonehead play that cost me the game when we were tied 1-1. And then in the, was it the fourth battle or it was the fifth battle, my opponent was, I talked to him after, and he even said he played the best game of his life. And some of the moves he made, the sack swaps, it was just, you guys have to see it. So definitely check out that one on Thursday. And that's it. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.